Hello everyone and happy new year. I was working on the cowbell team, which you may have seen in a different video or being mentioned at least. But I may have cooked so hard that it's horribly burned and I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it the way it is right now. So I'm gonna need to sleep on that a couple more days and try to figure out what I'm doing with it. So for now, I don't have any other interesting teams ready, so we're gonna do a test run with my EQ spam team because I've made a small change, mostly to the Zapdos, who no longer has drill peck and now has light screen. The idea is Zapdos moves faster than every Pokemon with a grass attack, except for Sceptile. So we're gonna light screen, and then Swampert won't die, hopefully. At least not by getting one shot by like a Gardevoir, Magical Leaf, or a... Well, I want to say Giga Drain Gengar, but that Gengar actually has quick attack. So we could still die. But that's probably a risk I'm gonna take. I also switched 4 HP EVs to special attack. I think that was a leftover from before I had Ice Beam, where I thought that 4 EVs didn't matter, but it actually does change rolls a little bit. Did I show where I was? We're just starting a new streak. Currently 49 wins. So this is where the most difficult opponents start. Oh, not level 50. I haven't actually looked into which grass types may still kill me and which don't. Don't know. Like there's already like Ludicolo, for example. There's one with Giga Drain, and that one doesn't kill me even without light screen. Let's have a look. Of course, Solar Beam is still always gonna kill me. Oh, Pokefan. Okay, this should be an easy start then. It's been a little while since I've used this team, so I'm a little forgetful on all the damage rolls. Let's see. We still die 60% of the time to Leaf Blade. But that's from Sceptile and we don't really care. Okay, we barely don't kill Chansey. That's okay. And we just hit. Yeah, it looks like we live every Giga Drain with the light screen up. So that's good to know. I may still want to switch out against grass types. We'll see. Okay, first trainer is done. Nothing interesting yet. Mostly want to run into Gardevoirs. And also Gengars. But mostly the Gardevoirs, because the Gardevoirs have a lot of special bulk. And if I'm forced to switch out, like Swampert is the only Pokemon that can actually kill them. Or at least hit them well. So I'd like to stay in if I can. Well, we got an upgrade from Chansey to Blissey. And of course, when I switch out, I can still kill the Gardevoir later. But if it actually is Magical Leaf, then I do have to kill it first, and it takes like 3 special attacks. At least on some of them. And that takes a long time, and it also means I have to ignore the other Pokemon that's there. Of course, there's still gonna be horrible matchups, like if there's an Aerodactyl lead, like the fast one, and there's a Gardevoir. I'm not sure if there's a trainer that has both of those. There probably is somewhere, but I'm not sure. Something like that would be bad, because Zapdos would get one shot if it's the Choice Band fast, bulky Aerodactyl. Gets outsped, gets one shot by Ancient Power, which means I cannot set up a light screen. Actually, I need to check one thing. I know there's Gardevoir with... I think I already checked this. I don't think the one with Quick Claw has Magical Leaf. Quick Claw, no. Does have Destiny Bond. But then at least that means it dies. And like I've mentioned before, there are other things I want to try out. Ooh, Earthring metagross. Some scary Pokemon. No Quick Claws, let's hope for no Bright Powders as well. There are some other changes that I may want to test. I've already mentioned Tauros. Like, Tauros was the Pokemon I originally wanted to build around. But I wanted to focus on one-shotting with Earthquake. Of course, a lot of the most difficult battles for me, they have Pokemon that are immune to Earthquake. Like these two. But mostly it's like the legendary trainers have like Latios, Articuno, something like that. That's difficult for me to deal with. And something like a Tauros, if I also give it Choice Band with a return or something, or Double Edge, would deal a lot of damage. Okay, that's definitely Dragon Dance. What about the Dragonite? Is it also Dragon Dance? No, Earthquake. So that is something. And there are other Pokemon that I'm interested in trying, potentially. Oh, we get flinched, of course, but should be fine. Dragonite should die here. With a crit. One died a couple of times then. Yeah, instead of Pokemon in doubles are not that scary. Because we have 2 Pokemon. We get another flinch, but like I said, it doesn't matter. We have 2 Pokemon. Yeah, something like Tauros would just be more versatile. Because if I can't Earthquake, Swampert is kind of useless. And Intimidate support is of course very good. And there's also almost nothing that one-shots a Tauros on turn 1. Without a crit, that is. Okay, we don't have Drill Peck anymore. Actually, I think I'm gonna Light Screen here. First time I click it, because I don't think I can kill the Ludicolo. I'm not so sure about the Wish Cache. We could get Fissured. We could also get Ice Beamed. And I did use Light Screen before, but it was on the Palace team, where I just brought this team and put them in Palace. With the only changes being removing Protect, I think. There's an Ice Beam. And we take that very well now. In doubles, Light Screen and Reflect aren't as effective as in singles, but they're still really good. I think I will kill the Wish Cache with Hidden Power Ice, because this Ludicolo is gonna stay around for a while, but it's also not really threatening me. And I have Perish Song and Haze in the back, so I can deal with it later. Victory Bell. And if I switch to Tauros, the reason, like, I started off with Swampert Latios, but then Pokemon with Trace would Trace Levitate on Latios some of the time, and that would be really annoying for Swampert, because I want to Earthquake everything. But if I have a Tauros who can just click a different move, then I could potentially try Latios, but I think I would first want to try Zapdos, because I really like this Zapdos. I think it works really well. And it gets some damage rolls that the Latios doesn't on flying types like Moltres. Or even the most bulky Gyarados can sometimes lift Thunderbolt from Latios. Well, that's probably... I'm not sure if that's also true if it's modest. Or if it's just for the Timid one. But we'll see, there's lots to try. And some of these small changes, like just adding Light Screen, they can have a big effect on how the battles go. And Drill Peck was nice, but not super impactful. I mainly got it because I really hate Heracross, but I think Heracross doesn't see a kill, even though I've switched to Hasty Nature on Swampert. It doesn't quite one-shot me, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, Heracross. Yeah, it doesn't quite one-shot. So it's not necessary. And Thunderbolt together with Earthquake probably kills if I really needed to die. And then the other thing I used it for, of course, grass types, but Hidden Power Ice deals similar damage. And then fighting types. Mostly what was kind of nice is that Thunderbolt deals similar damage, but if I paralyze like a Machamp, it gets a Guts boost. And with Drill Peck, that never happened. Oh. Latias, Hypno. Let's see, what do I do? I could double up against the Hypno and kill it. Or I could light screen here. I think I'm doubling up on Hypno because it could be Hypnosis, and if it goes for Hypnosis into Swampert, that's really annoying. So let's go for that. Thunder Wave Latias. Okay. This could be Bright Powder Latias. Oh, now we're double levitating. Or, well, ground immune. I think I'll switch in Articuno here. We're gonna get paralyzed on the Zapdos, which is unfortunate. But not much we can do about that. I mean, we could have gone for Protect. Get the switch. Maybe that would have been better. Regice, okay, that's one of the Pokemon I don't like seeing. Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have switched in Gengar. Gone for the Parasong. Let's go for Light Screen here. And this is Bright Powder. Of course we miss immediately. We're getting really punished hard for not bringing in Gengar. Okay, but this is kind of good. Because they're both gonna see a kill on Zapdos. Dragon Claw. Ice Beam. Okay. I could switch. Do I switch? I guess Articuno is paralyzed, so it's not guaranteed to get the Protect off. And Articuno is quite bulky despite having no investment, so maybe I live the double up. Oh yeah, that did no damage. If they double up, they might kill this time. Let's see, this Latias only has Dragon Claw, so I don't have to worry about Psychic one-shotting. And we didn't get paralyzed. Latias doesn't see a kill, but they both went for Thunder Wave, not that it mattered. We're just buying some time. Thunder Wave into Swampert, doesn't do anything. Another Thunder Wave. And we're paralyzed, that's fine. I think probably someone dies no matter what. But I'm gonna try to keep everyone alive, switching the Gengar. Choice Band Protect. On the last turn. Doesn't matter here, but this is the main reason I have it. To stall out potential Parasongs. But it can also sometimes be nice against double grass type lead. Where I know they're both gonna go for a grass move. Then I can just get some chip on one of them with Hidden Power Ice from Zapdos. And then switch out on the next turn. But I've only done that once or twice. But Swampert doesn't really have that many good moves. Like, I'd probably put Double Edge on here otherwise, but I changed I had double edge before instead of ice beam, and I took it away because I clicked it like once in or maybe twice in 300 battles. Okay. I think I'll protect Earthquake here. I think this is Anya. I didn't actually see it. Anya has only evolutions. We don't get flinched, which is nice. And in the last match, Regice is usually a big problem for this team. At least if I don't have Swampert. But Light Screen, I hadn't thought about it yet, but Light Screen is really nice against the Regice. I think here I will also Light Screen. And just in general, it's really nice for the Parasong. Makes me a bit more tanky. Yeah, I haven't used it too much yet. Okay, Bright Powder Espeon. I think it's really good that we have the Light Screen now, because otherwise Espeon probably saw a kill. At +1 on the Swampert. And now I think it doesn't. Yeah, there's another Calm Mind. So let me do a calc on this. Espeon without Light Screen. Maybe, I'm not sure. It might have seen a kill. Well, good thing we lived. Without an Earthquake, that would have been a little bit more difficult to close out the game. And on to the last battle. Golem and Hypno is back. We might one-shot Golem, we might not. But we're doubling up on the Hypno again. There are some Pokemon with really high special defense, like Hypno. But because we didn't actually have attack investment when we had Drill Peck, I don't think, like a lot of the time, Thunderbolt still did more or did like the same. Or about the same, so it doesn't really matter that much. For Pokemon like Hypno, I'm pretty sure. Gramble. And there's also been like a battle or two where I forgot Zapdos got intimidated at like the start of the battle, and then I tried to Drill Peck something and it doesn't do as much. So that can also no longer happen. We almost one-shot the Gramble. I wonder, is this like... Is there one that's mixed attacking? Because that seemed like a lot of damage. Is there... Yeah, there is. There's one with no bulk. Actually, there's... No. Let's say there's one with no bulk. There's one with no HP, but it is max special defense, so that's definitely not this one. Yeah, that seemed like a lot of damage. Okay, one round completed. We're gonna keep going for a little while. These double rounds, they're always so fast. Which makes them really fun. And a nice change of pace from all the stalling I do in singles. I think I didn't mention, but we also changed the nature on Zapdos, because before we were hasty, so we didn't lower our attack. So Drill Peck didn't lose any power. Now we don't have any physical moves, so we're timid. Which I think originally we had timid as well. Did we have timid? I'm not sure. Maybe it never made it into a video. I probably started out with timid, but I don't remember which other move I would have had. Okay. So Milotic, there's one Milotic with Focus Band. So I usually ignore Milotic if I can. It's a bit dangerous though. It's gonna be a lot of damage. Okay, let's just risk the Focus Band Mirror Coat. It might not be this one. Probably isn't this one. Yeah, if Milotic goes for Ice Beam and Slacking also hits the Zapdos, then Zapdos definitely dies. Although, I guess I would have killed Slacking. It doesn't matter. Granbull's back, that's Intimidate's a little annoying, but Slacking won't do anything next turn, so it's fine. Oh, yawn. Into the Swampert. Ooh. Now I kind of have to switch here. In case there's like a Choice Band Mega Kick coming into Swampert, let's go to Gengar. And I'm hoping I can one-shot or kill both of these on the next turn. Paralysis. And it was Mega Kick. I don't know if it was a Choice Band though. I hope Slacking dies, but it is a Slacking. With what, base 150 HP or something? Its special defense is only 65, but at least some of them have investment. If not all of them, I'm not sure. And last is Snorlax. Slacking does go down. And we're going to Perish Song this thing. Zapdos Thunderbolt is a very strong move. And we get one shot by Shadow Ball, that's fine. That means we can switch back to Swampert and probably kill this before Perish Song finishes things off. But it's good that we have the Perish Song off because like it could be a double team. I don't know if the double team one has Shadow Ball. Probably does. Or it could have been, I don't know, Quick Claw Curse. Actually, I don't think Quick Claw Curse has rest, so that one would have just died. But still, Snorlax can be really annoying, but not as much in doubles. I just have trauma from singles. Gengar Metagross. Well, that's our first Gengar lead, I think. Pretty sure. Let's go for the Light Screen Earthquake here. If it's Giga Drain, there was no Quick Claw. Swampert does not die, it's Psychic. We also do not die, of course. Did no damage, very nice. I believe its damage is reduced by 33% in doubles and 50% in singles. Ah, Latios. It's time to switch in Articuno here, because we're locked into Earthquake. And 2 Thunderbolts will finish off Gengar. There is a chance we one-shot the Latios with an Ice Beam. Earthquake, very nice. I could look into which one this is, but it doesn't change what I'm gonna do. I want to kill this Gengar. Although maybe, like, it's paralyzed. It's not really a threat. Maybe I could have doubled up into the Latios, but... Oh, there's a Gardevoir as well. But I wasn't in the lead. So it doesn't matter too much now. And it lives on 1. Yeah, we were never guaranteed to kill any Latios, but we have some 62.5% chance to OHKO ones like this one. I wonder if the Gardevoir is gonna see a kill on Zapdos. I could protect. Actually, it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm gonna double target the Latios in case it has Bright Powder. I'm not sure if there's an Earthquake Bright Powder one. Okay, we did about 50%. Did I say they see the kill on Zapdos? It's the kill on Articuno. But they did not see the kill on Articuno. And they died in 2 hits. That was a more offensive Gardevoir, I think. I'm pretty sure otherwise we would have dealt about 40% instead of 50%. Let me check that in the calculator. I guess... yeah. Yeah, it would have been one of the more offensive ones. Or it's the one I think with max HP and I got like a max roll. Kingdra Swampert. We are going to double up into Kingdra. We could lose the Swampert to a counter here. Critical hit on Kingdra did not kill, because Kingdra is really bulky. It's probably a Dragon Dance set. They have max bulk. I think every Pokemon that has Dragon Dance is 170 HP, 170 defense, 170 special defense. And a Tauros. Mirror Coat. Okay, we were fine. I'll double up the Tauros and I think we'll probably kill. Tauros is gonna get an attack off because it's way faster than Swampert. Rock Tomb, well, it missed, so it didn't get an attack off. Swampert goes down. Tauros goes down. And we're on to the last Pokemon. And it's a Donphan. I think I'll just stay in. Rock Slide, Quick Claw. Only matters if it's gonna flinch me because Rock Slide damage in doubles is extremely low. Especially if it's not stab. It's probably gonna lift this Earthquake because we are intimidated and it is a Donphan. And it lived on 1 HP. No more Quick Claws. On to the next trainer. Battle number 4. Jackson is back. Raichu Lantern. Let's see. We outspeed both of Nah, don't know about Raichu. If it's slow Raichu, we outspeed. I think I'm gonna protect. I could go for Light Screen. Like I'm expecting a Thunder Wave into Zapdos and I want to keep my Lum Berry. But in case like Bright Powder, Lantern, I could Light Screen, but I think we just do this. Another thing that's nice about having Light Screen is before, sometimes Zapdos would have nothing to do. Okay, the Bright Powder is on Raichu. Which is better than it being on Lantern, I think. A Shift Tree. Yeah, sometimes I would have nothing to do for the Zapdos because Swampert is gonna outspeed and kill, or just Zapdos doesn't kill anything and Swampert will kill both of them. And now I have the option of clicking Light Screen. I may not do it, but I can. Let's see. I'm gonna go for a Light Screen this time. It's Fake Out Shift Tree. That means it could be Explosion. This trainer only has one set for each Pokemon, so I could look this up. I don't remember. I think... I want to say it's Miracle Seed, Giga Drain. But I'm not sure. Maybe that's just me remembering Shift Tree 4. Or maybe it's not actually Shift Tree 4 and it's just the one that's last in my document. No, it's actually Shift Tree 1. And it's probably not. Let's see. It probably is Giga Drain Explosion. Then. And a Dodrio. Shift Tree's gonna heal back. Let's see how much this does. Well, it definitely would have killed without a Light Screen. It did heal too much for Earthquake to kill. So I'm gonna switch. Let's switch in Gengar. I don't know. I don't think Dodrio can live Thunderbolt in any way. Didn't really matter. But if it did, it could have gone for a normal type attack. And then we have Gengar. Another Giga Drain. Shift Tree also could have gone for a normal type attack. But yeah, there's our first grass type move survived with Light Screen. Which is very nice. So far the change seems really good. Maybe we need to run into something like a Heracross and see how bad this change could be, maybe. And the same thing kind of goes for Breloom. We no longer one-shot Breloom. It's a roll. I guess that means we do sometimes one-shot Breloom. Let's see. I think I'm gonna Light Screen here in case it's Giga Drain Cradily. Although Rapidash Cradily double up might kill. Oh, it's Solar Beam. That's very nice. They will always go for Solar Beam if they see the kill. Which gives me free turns a lot of the time. That's a lot of damage. I actually would have killed with Hidden Power Ice. And there's his art and another Solar Beam. For a moment, I was thinking, wait, what? Power Herb? But no, that does not exist. Next generation. I think it's because if you see the Firo video, Because of that, I've been thinking about Power Herb for Sky Attack, but yeah, it's not an option here. I don't remember if Earthquake plus Hidden Power Ice kills every Cradily. Because it clearly would have here. Let's see, we do 35% minimum. Oh no, we definitely would not have killed all of them. Ooh. Let's see, Hidden Power Ice should kill Flygon. And then we just Earthquake what comes in, hopefully. Flygon down, no Bright Powder, which is very nice. Marowak is gonna live this. And Shiftry is back, okay. Let's see, I'm probably gonna double up on Marowak. Should I? Oh, Shiftry just dies to Marowak, I think. Thank you very much. And I just barely live. Crit on the Shiftry. That wasn't necessary, but I'm just happy the crit wasn't on me. And Flareon is back. Let's go. Hidden Power, Earthquake, and we get Quick Clawed. I'm not too surprised. Flareon has Quick Clawed me so often. We still take out Marowak. What's the last Pokemon? Oh, Flareon is the last one, of course. Probably wants to Shadow Ball Gengar, I would guess. I assume that sees a kill. Maybe it doesn't, I'm not sure. We have no bulk, it probably sees a kill. Overheat. And fully paralyzed. Maybe we should have just double attacked. It doesn't matter too much. We won. It just gets kind of awkward if Articuno ends up facing the Flareon because we have Ice Beam, Hidden Power, Grass, so we're not dealing any damage. Beauty Dawn. Ooh. Okay. Here we cannot stay in, I think. Actually, I'm gonna look up this trainer. Because I'm pretty sure she has a limited amount. That might mean it's Solar Beam on the... No, it's Giga Drain. And Magical Leaf. This is actually the Gardevoir that can one-shot me normally. So they're both gonna go for the Grass move into the Swampert because they both see the kill. Which means that I can just attack Protect, which I just mentioned I never do. Let's see, this Gardevoir is offensive, which means I probably two-shot. Next question is, do I want to? It's a very high chance I two-shot. And I think I'm more afraid of the Gardevoir than I am of my Vileplume. Magical Leaf into the Protect. Stun Spore. Okay, that also went into Swampert, surprisingly. I was a little bit afraid of Stun Spore sometimes. I don't know why this happens. Sometimes they go for a status move. Actually, it's slower than Swampert, that's why it's going for a status move. I think that's why, at least. A Fearow. Stun Spore. Let's see. It could Stun Spore both of my Pokemon. Gengar would get paralyzed. I think I'm just gonna one-shot the Fearow. Do I Protect ever? I'm pretty sure Ice Punch is not killing this Vileplume. So I could Protect to avoid getting paralyzed. Then we can double up into the Vileplume on the next turn. Maybe. I think I will Protect. Could also be like the last Pokemon is actually dangerous and I want to double up on that first. A Lapras. And Stun Spore went into the Zapdos, of course. I think what I'm gonna do here is... Parasong? What if it... actually... I was looking up this trainer anyway, so I might as well look up the Lapras. This one could be... Sheer Cold. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Thunderbolt Parasong. Then no matter who dies to a potential Quick Claw Sheer Cold, I'm always in a decent spot. Well, there's the Quick Claw, but it missed. Who is going to get Stun Spored? It's Zapdos, but Gengar also kills from here. I'm pretty confident. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. It doesn't matter. And we're fully paralyzed. Yeah, there's no way, even with that misclick, that I could have lost. Another... No, wait. It's not... I'm just paralyzed. I'm just slow. Protect would have been more optimal to protect against potential Sheer Cold. But it doesn't matter. I have 2 Pokemon with Protect in the back. We cannot lose. So let's see if we can take out the Vileplume before Parasong does. There's Attract. Yeah, I said in an earlier video that all of her Pokemon have Attract. And then I think last video... somewhere, maybe it wasn't, maybe it's a video that hasn't been released yet. She actually had a Pokemon that didn't use Attract, and there are like, there are not many, but there's a couple of Pokemon on her team that don't have Attract. There's Ursaring, and I don't know who else. I think there's someone else. Am I gonna need to switch in a new Pokemon even though there's no opponents? No, okay. But yeah, basically all of her Pokemon have Attract. Except for the Ursaring and I think someone else. Yeah, let's go for another one. This has been going quite well so far. Made a few suboptimal plays here and there, but nothing too serious. But that's how most of the battles go with this team. You just breeze through them. It's about the battles that are actually difficult. How much does the light screen help with those? And so far, it has been quite nice. Let's see. Porygon 2 Lantern. We're doubling up onto Porygon 2. And I'm pretty sure this is Bright Powder Lantern. Because I think that's the Hydro Pump Thunder one. I could be misremembering. The Parasol ladies always have weather moves. At least these ones. Like in the earlier rounds, maybe not, I'm not sure. And of course we get Bright Powdered again. Electabuzz. That one's also gonna be Rain Thunder then. Confuse Ray into the Zapdos, that's fine. Do I protect or do a light screen is the question here. There are fast Electabuzzes, so I think I'm just gonna protect. I don't remember, actually I can check this because I know it's gonna be Rain Dance Electabuzz. Okay, it's probably gonna Rain Dance. Doesn't see a kill. Do I wanna get Confuse Rate again though? Let's set up a light screen, let's see how it goes. There's the Rain Dance. Do we hit this time? We do hit, so Lantern goes down. Onto the last Pokemon. And it's Vileplume again. Which is gonna be a sunny day. Probably Solar Beam. Goodbye, Vileplume. This was kind of an example of one of those turns where Zapdos doesn't really achieve anything. But now I can light screen. Like I was pretty confident Electabuzz was always gonna Rain Dance. And normally I would just protect. Probably. But now we have light screen, which didn't matter at all in this battle, but in the future it might matter. Starmie Machamp. I think we're just Thunderbolting the Starmie and Earthquaking. If it's a speed tie, then we won. Starmie goes down. At max speed plus speed nature, we speed tie with max speed neutral nature Starmies. Which is a little bit unfortunate. If you go to level 100, the Starmie outspeeds by 1. There's also other levels. It's like one level Starmie outspeed, the next level Zapdos catches up. And it's tied. Something like that anyway. Maybe it's not every level, but there's a lot of levels where Starmie is 1 speed faster, but not at level 60. We double up on the Blastoise. Bulk up Machamp is not going to be bulky enough. Blastoise almost dies to Thunderbolt. It could be Focus Banned. We could get Mirror Coated here and die. Did not happen. Dragonite Ursaring. Now this is a dangerous combination. Ursaring is one of those Pokemon I always want to die. Because it's just scary. Especially if this is Choice Band and it's seeing a one-shot on both of my Pokemon. But at the same time, Dragonite... I don't really want to keep a Dragonite alive either. There's a chance we one-shot with Hidden Power Ice. I'm just gonna go Hidden Power Ice, Earthquake, and I think worst case scenario one of my Pokemon dies. Well, I guess worst case scenario is something to do with crits, and we do have multiple Pokemon die maybe. Dragonite lives on 1, goes for Dragon Claw. So if Ursaring attacks the Zapdos, Zapdos is definitely dead. Shell Bell Dragonite. I mean, I'm gonna assume this is never Dragon Dance because it would Dragon Dance. Shell Bell. Oh yeah, these are all special attacking. Ursaring survives. Also goes for Earthquake. Interesting. I mean, when they don't see a kill, they are guaranteed to go for Earthquake pretty much when their ally is immune. And I guess a lot of Ursarings do have Earthquake, so that's really good for us. Yeah, Machamp comes in on an Earthquake, that's also really nice. That's some good damage. And Starmie's back. We will Thunderbolt Starmie and Earthquake. We outspeed again. There are some Starmies that are just slower. And those Starmies have a chance to live. Well, that confirms this one was slower. I think it's like the minimum 2 damage rolls, they survive. Something like that. But that's not too bad, especially because they probably want a Thunder Wave a lot of the time. And I have a Lum Berry. So don't even take damage in that case. Oh boy, he's a super Pokemon hero. Jinx Gardevoir. So with Jinx, if it's got an attacking move, then it will always die to Earthquake. If it's max HP, max defense, which half of them are, it will always live Earthquake. We're just gonna Light Screen Earthquake. There's no Protect, so it's probably not Perish Song. Maybe it is. Gardevoir goes for Ice Punch, which we tank quite nicely now. Yeah, that's not too bad. And if this Jinx wants to Ice Beam me, it's just gonna die. And the one with Bright Powder doesn't have Ice Beam, so I don't have to worry about that. Probably did want to Ice Beam me, or maybe a Lovely Kiss. In comes Latios. And Mr. Mime. And I think Mr. Mime is another one that can survive Earthquake, that is. 2 of them guaranteed die. 1 is a roll, that's very likely, and 1 never dies because it's max defense. I think I'll just Hidden Power Ice Latios and Earthquake. Or do I double up? I still have my Lum Berry. I think the one that always lives is the Baton Pass, Psycup, Swagger, Psychic with Lychee Berry. I don't think we're afraid of that. We need to switch out Swampert anyway. Psychic from Latios. We live because of the light screen. Now let's see if this Mr. Mime can live. It did not. I'm gonna protect because Latios sees a kill. And even though it's we're about 50% damage, I don't think it's likely that we kill with hidden power. Maybe really high roll. Let's see. Oh, we did just kill. Well, never mind. Let's see. Yeah. That was probably about 50% chance. Like the average roll does about 50% on an offensive Latios. But compared to the Murkrow, which was a bit of a joke to put Murkrow on this team, that Murkrow was very effective sometimes at doing one thing. Let's see. Electrode is going to be faster, so I'm just going to protect instead of Light Screen this time. Like, Murkrow was good into the Gengars, or mostly the Gardevoirs, not as much the Gengars. But it was only really good for that scenario and the potential Perish Song against the bulky last mon. The Zapdos with Light Screen is actually good against a lot of things. Articuno. Okay. That's basically Regice but more manageable. I cannot one-shot Articuno. Articuno can one-shot me. Jolteon is also gonna attack me probably. But it might Thunder Wave. No, it would Thunderbolt more likely. So Light Screen wouldn't help me. And there's not really a reason. Anyway, damage is better here. Oh. It's Protect Articuno. But that's fine. Dig Jolteon. Interesting. I think this Articuno has Blizzard. And does not see a kill. I'll Thunderbolt again. Switch in my own Articuno. He was clearly superior. Gets the double protect. That means there's no more protects coming. We should outspeed anyway. Yeah, we do not one-shot Articuno because, just like mine, it's very bulky even without any defensive investment. This one might have... There's one that does have some bulk, I think. But we never one-shot them. So they're pretty dangerous. Because Ice Beam is not something that this Zapdos wants to tank. But same thing as with the Regice, we can now live with Light Screen. Lantern is back. Glalie is here. I'm gonna double up on the Glalie. I don't think we one-shot with Earthquake. If we do one-shot with a crit Thunderbolt, wonder maybe I shouldn't have Thunderbolted. How much does Glalie... Does Glalie ever one-shot Zapdos? It might. Maybe I should have just protected. But, well, we didn't get punished, so that's good for us. Let me check which Glalie are actually faster. There's only one. And that one doesn't have Ice Beam, actually. Okay, Wall Rain. We double up on Wall Rain. Wall Rain protects, but Feraligatr came in on the Earthquake, so it's gonna die now. So the Protect achieves nothing. And another Triathlete down. And time for battle 70, I'm pretty sure. The gold symbol, if there was one, for doubles. Salamon's Aspeon. So I don't think Earthquake kills because of the Intimidate. Yeah, it never kills. I don't want to let Espeon set up. Do I ever Thunderbolt and Ice Beam with Swampert, the rare Ice Beam? We have a chance to kill with Ice Beam, but we have basically no investment. Now Thunderbolt, it might not kill if Espeon sets up a Calm Mind, which is probably gonna do if it has it, which is 3 out of 4 sets. Well, I guess I outspeed the Espeon, so I'm gonna go... Okay, so protect Salamence. The Earthquake. Actually, I didn't think about reduced damage. No, that does enough. That's always gonna do enough. Because even at -1, this does more damage than the... Okay, that looks like it was pretty much a max roll. I think I just take out the Espeon. I don't want to take a +1 Psychic. Maybe I should have switched out the Swampert. No protects from the Salamence. In comes Fortress. Swagger. That doesn't do anything yet against Zapdos because we do have the Lum Berry and we no longer have Drill Peck. Oh, we just crit Fortress. That works. In comes Cradily. Okay, now I'm definitely gonna switch. One of them has Rock Slide, so I'm gonna go to Gengar. Are we getting a Protect again? No, no Protect. We do one-shot the Salamence. And it was Earthquake. I'm not sure if the one with Rock Slide That's probably the one with Earthquake. So maybe I could have known that would never Rock Slide. Let me check. Cradily. With Rock Slide. No, actually that's a different one. This one has Ancient Power. So I guess I just used it. And another round completed. 70 wins. And the light screen has seen a bit of action and been generally useful. I haven't missed Drill Peck. But like I said, we need to run into something like Heracross. That's really the only situation where it really made a big difference. Or Burloo maybe. Because Spore could be really annoying. Let's see, do we do more? No, I think I'll leave it here for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly still enjoy this team, even though I've done hundreds of battles with it. And so far the light screen, it seems really promising. So I'm definitely gonna keep going with this for a while. I still haven't caught my Zapdos on cartridge. So I might hunt for the timid one now instead of the hasty one I was going for. I already found one that I can target. That doesn't take too long. But I'm horrible at the timing. So I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll do some more testing first before I try. But we'll see. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.